final day.
Oh wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
At the end, it just like flies through the audience.
Yeah, they do the end shot where he flies. Yeah. And it all works very seamlessly. Yeah, that's the other problem.
Where we're going, you don't need roads.
That's the other problem. The other problem is that they're trying to write these songs, right? That are overshadowed by Huey Lewis and the News.
Right.
And so, and Chuck Berry, right?
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News?
Yeah, I mean, I like their earlier work, but I really think they came into their own when they came out with Sports.
I thought they were just like that one song. Oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, in American Psycho, Huey Lewis and the News, he brought it up.
That's what he was quoting.
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News? Try getting a reservation now at Dorcia's!
You stupid bastard.
Actually, there's a website now called Dorcia where you can get
It's just the perfect, like, to play him to be a square while he's, like, cutting the guy up with the axe. It's just the perfect scene.
So makes sense.
I think my favorite scene is when they're comparing their business cards. That's my favorite scene.
Ooh, I do like that one. Let's see.
It's called Bone.
Cillian Rail.
So it makes sense. I was whatever in the Matrix.
Yo, bro, you're using an iPhone, you have earbuds in, you're on a walk, and that's the reason why nobody can hear what you're saying. You're in the Matrix.
Right.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So my question is it normal to, charge someone with a crime in one state and then to get a grand jury in a different area because the grand jury will go your way? Is that like normal code, or are you supposed to find a grand jury in that particular area?
You don't charge someone until the grand jury decides.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you look for a grand jury? So, for example, in the Trump case by Jack Smith, they used a grand jury in D.C. who said, oh, we're gonna, he definitely committed a crime. That was a grand jury in D.C. to for this case, and then at the end, later on, and you can actually read it in the court proceedings because the judge asked, why the hell did you do this? They initially were able to put up charges, and then later, for one or two other charges, they went and got a local grand jury in that area. Majority of the charges, which they claim happened in Florida, they used a D.C. judge, D.C. grand jury for it. And so the question that still hasn't been answered is why they used a grand jury in a different locale. And they're saying that's standard DOJ practice.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't it federal documents that belonged to the White House?
Yeah, but they're saying that the charge occurred when he brought them to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but it's a crime against D.C.
No, but the charge is that they're saying they found this problem in Mar-a-Lago. The fact that he didn't respond to a subpoena in Mar-a-Lago. It doesn't matter who the crime's against. It matters where the crime occurred. So they're saying the crime occurred when he brought it to Mar-a-Lago and didn't report back to National Archives. So their charge of saying you didn't respond to the subpoena occurred in Mar-a-Lago, not in D.C.
Yeah, but you have to look at where that special prosecutor's, base of operations is and where they convene that grand jury. That's where the action is. And, that geographic shift is not the same.
I think I have the answer for I'm speculating here, Naveen, but I think I have a reasonable answer. It's a federal crime.
When did you go to law school, Diego? When did you go to law school?
David, when did you go to law school, and when did you stop asking stupid questions? Go run your fake business, you fucking Stugotz.
I went to Penn, just so you know.
I think
you went to Penn?
Naveen, this is how it works. Well, let me tell Naveen. So, number one is it's a federal crime, right? So any grand jury in a federal district will do for the crime itself, because it's a federal crime, not a state crime. So it doesn't have to be a jury of your peers in that locale. And then they can just file it in any district court that they want.
So you're saying if Trump wanted to go after Biden when he becomes president again, he could file in a ruby red federal area and go after Joe Biden and get the grand jury that he wants. Amazing.
I think so, but listen to this, because I know that I did hear this from a attorney in New York. He said that the reason that they do their grand juries in Washington D.C. is demographics. He said that it was black women. I think mostly black women that are on these juries. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, Michael can probably add to this. But
where did you go to law school? Where did you go to law school,
No,
Diego?
I mean, here and there. Let's just say American Samoa.
I'm just trying to make fun of David at every opportunity. Sorry.
Well, you failed.
But yeah, I think that the way the grand jury is selected, if I'm not mistaken, again, I don't know much about this, but it might differ through states. But I think that the judge does all the work here. No? Given that most of the time the other party is not there to voir dire.
Listen, there's a famous
are secret.
there's a famous case here in Chicago. His name is Sam Giancana. He ran the Chicago outfit, and he was able to outsmart the judges, the lawyers, the police, everybody, evade everything. But then they pulled a fast one, apparently. The federal prosecutor subpoenaed him and compelled him, I guess, to testify in his own case. And when he took the fifth, that's when they were able to imprison him. But it wasn't until he refused. I guess you see what there's something special about that.
Edmund, you can't force someone to testify against themselves.
Well, there's something in this trial by the fact that he refused. The fact that he refused to testify gave them the authority to actually incarcerate him temporarily, and it was the only time they were able to successfully keep him under lock and key.
If he was a witness, then yeah, but not if he's
In a witness against himself in a trial. Anyways, what I'm trying to point out is you can't be compelled. Hold on a second. What I'm trying to say is you can't be compelled to go into a courtroom unless a grand jury forces you into a courtroom. Just because a judge and an attorney and some fucking litigant says, "Yeah, I want to sue this piece of shit," you cannot force that person to come to that fucking courtroom unless a grand jury actually compels the marshals or some kind of legal authority to physically get your ass into that fucking courtroom.
Two different things. You're conflating two different things.
But in my case with the garnishment bullshit, it wouldn't have mattered if I went to the fucking court. They're gonna garnish me regardless. There's no point to even go into the fucking courtroom. And my point is they can't actually force me to go into the courtroom unless a grand jury forces me into that courtroom. But my point is they're still gonna do whatever they're gonna do, whether I'm there or not.
Okay, so what did they try you in absentia?
Yes, basically. They don't want to communicate with you. I filed motions, they say no. So my point is the garnishment is the only thing they got, that and the lien.
And where did you go to law school?
The University of Hard Knocks.
That's why you're not doing it right.
You should hire Mixette.
Nope.
No.
Garnish, Illinois.
No one can help me with this. This is one of those things. The only thing I can do is file bankruptcy, and that's the only thing any lawyer can possibly do is file a bankruptcy on my behalf. But it's not time for that yet. Not until I throw the big party at the Dan Hotel at the Tel Aviv beach this summer, Ruboy Noishalon.
I prefer the
Well, I
W
think
Lakeshore.
Mixette is saying there's maybe something else a lawyer could do for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure he would always say that.
I'm sure he knows a guy.
Well, I mean, look, if you're filing it wrong, and I don't know that that's true, but if you're filing it wrong, like that seems like a good enough reason for them to just count you as a schmuck.
No, we don't have to get into my alleged court case. But what we're trying to really discuss is Donald Trump here, and what the Democrats do is technically legalistic fraud, manipulation, lying, deception. They're skullduggery. They're a bunch of criminals.
Let me ask a couple questions from John. John, are you doing this out of ego, representing
Yes.
yourself?
No, I do not believe in ego. That's a concept.
Yes.
Oh, you don't believe in ego? Okay, hold on.
15 phones recording every single conversation.
Do
That's
you
right.
believe?
David, please stay muted while grown men are speaking. David, stay muted.
This is a question. Do you believe that in this world, all you have at the end of the day is yourself?
Whoa.
No, I believe that we are a network of selves, and
Whoa.
And that's what's happening here.
When's the last time you saw your therapist?
What, Michael, what?
Saw your therapist?
We're like at work.
David, again,
No,
stay muted while grown men are speaking, David.
But Michael, if he thinks that if it's not ego driven, and he thinks he's the best possible help he's gonna get, then you gotta respect the decision.
Well, he's not even doing the form thing right, so I think maybe he's wrong.
Yeah, Republican. I like helping people. And
A series of